Hey guys, hope everyone's doing good. Tyraku here, and today I want to go over something with you guys that I've recently just finished on my new free-to-play account. And if you'd like to follow along this free-to-play series, definitely I'll have the video probably linked to the end of this video for you guys to check out the series and join. It's probably one of my most recent videos, probably has some point of this series as well. Other than that, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Check me out over on the Twitch side of things, twitch.tv/Tyraku. I stream every day except for Tuesdays and Thursdays, starting at 11 p.m. and going till about 3 a.m. Now, what do I want to talk about in this video? I want to go over, and you probably see by the title or the thumbnail, whatever it may be, I want to go over how you can clear the campaign and some little tips to help you get through this. So we recently went through the campaign. Now, I am missing 3 stars on one stage, which I'll probably go back and do this later on, but we may even try to do it during this video. But I want to go through, share a few tips with you guys to maybe help you, get through it a little bit easier. Now, a lot of the campaign stages, if you have your starter champion leveled up and if you followed some of the typical instructions given, you should be able to go through the campaign fairly easily. I mean, it's not too difficult if you're progressing the best way. With 2 champions, get 3 stars. That's common knowledge, I hope. But you do want to get 3 stars everywhere because at the bottom, you do have some little progressional rewards, but we're not going through that in this video. I want to go over how you can get through stages that you may be stuck on. Now, typically what I do is if I'm going through a stage that's kind of difficult, I'll honestly just press auto and run it again. So for example, let me go to this stage right here. I'll press start battle. And now this one, I'm kind of hard stuck right now, I feel like, at least until Kale gets a little bit more leveled up, or I'll switch some of his gear. But as I'm going through the missions, the challenges, I don't want to upgrade his gear too much yet. Plus, I'm basically broke in the game, so we're not going to be doing that just yet. But a lot of times what I'll do is if like the match is really, really close, I'll just restart it and go through it on auto again. Now, if the match isn't close, I did have a few of the ones before that wasn't. I turned it on manual and I went through it pretty easily. Okay, here, this may be an example. See there? Won't really be able to show you the best way here. I would really like for this ability to be up, but that's actually okay. This does lead into one of the tips. One of the tips being, don't always use your big damage ability for damage. Well, in my situation, Kale is in lifesteal gear, meaning that a percentage of the damage he deals will be restored as health. So it actually works out perfectly that I don't have that acid rain ability up just yet because I take quite a bit of damage from these people and I'll be able to deal even more damage in order to heal up. But the issue is we have the block cooldowns here, so that kind of sucks. Now, that's one tip that I did want to go over. Another one actually is whenever you're first starting off, you're probably running with War Priest. So this increase attack by 25% is actually a very big difference. So don't underestimate the value of using that. If you use that, it can sometimes be the difference between killing the waves in one shot and not killing them. As you can see here, I did get the block cooldown ability on my Kale. So let's try that again. We got very close. If that block cooldown didn't land, I think we actually could have beat that stage, especially with having War Priest do that increase attack. So we kind of just went through 2 rapid fire tips there. I honestly didn't expect to go through both of those in the same run, but the first one was use your big hits, your big AoE damages kind of as a heal substitute. Now with that said, you do have to make sure you're actually wearing lifesteal gear. If you're not wearing lifesteal gear, you're not going to be doing any healing. So make sure your champion's in lifesteal gear, of course, but you can save those in between rounds and get a pretty big heal to really clutch those sections of the game for you. Other thing is, use War Priest's buff, preferably before using your big damage abilities. So I would love to get Kale that increase attack by 25% before using his Acid Rain, since Kale does scale off of attack, his attack percentage, his attack stat increases his damage dealt. It is nice to have that when using his A2. Now there are champions who scale off of things like defense or other stats. Now in that case, it wouldn't really matter which, like if they had that buff or not. But as you can see here, we're in the same situation. We got this block cooldowns. We can go through and re-gear Kale, but this isn't a video to show you how to get through the campaign. Instead, it's just to give you some tips on how you can progress. Now, like I said, this one's gonna go kind of more into the thing of like changing the gear. With that said, that is another tip. Upgrade your gear and equip more defensive sets. So, a few things there. The issue here we're having with Kale is that he's getting the block cooldowns or the cooldown reset ability placed on him. So if I went in here and got Kale resistance up higher, the boss would not be able to apply that debuff. So let's see if we have any resistance substats on some pieces of gear that may actually be decent for Kale to wear. Now, we're going to need probably a decent amount of resistance. Whatever that decent amount means, I don't really know. But here we have 11 plus 13, okay? Let's just test this out. We're not going to do as much damage. I know that. We could equip a chest plate, possibly. Chest plates do have resistance main stat. We don't have anything really good. But let's go in here. We have 54 resistance now. This may allow us... We are sacrificing some damage with equipping that. But hopefully we block that. We resist that block cooldowns or reset cooldowns ability from the boss. And if we do that, we'll be able to use that acid rain as a heal. Like I said, we did take quite a bit of hit to our damage. That set I had equipped did increase my speed, I believe, a decent amount. Plus, it gives a 15% attack boost as well as ignore 5% of armor or defense. So it's going to be a big help. But equipping defensive set pieces to your champions to help you get through the campaign is massive. Now, at one point on the easy campaign, you actually get the Divine Life, which I really like. I believe that is on my War Priest right now. It gives you an HP shield as well as base HP percent increase. Okay, so we're probably not going to be getting very far here. But we'll see. I mean, maybe. Like at this point, I kind of have to use this ability. If I want any chance of surviving, getting through this, I have to use this Acid Rain. Decent heal. Like I said, we sacrificed so much damage doing that swap, it didn't really help out. But you can play around with it. If you're like really close, that match we wasn't really close. If we kept running it, eventually he would not place that debuff and we should be fine. But I don't want to do that for this video. Now, if you're very close, you can swap these out for some defensive pieces, and that typically does help, at least in my experience. Now, another tip is watching the turn meter of the enemy champions, okay? So sometimes there will be, a good example I believe is one of these stages, like where you'll be using your AoE ability. Let's see if we can set it up to make it easier to explain. Obviously, the turn meter bar is that yellow bar. This case is not a good example so far. Let's see here. So we didn't kill everybody. They all take their turns, of course. But now right here, what I'm looking at, okay, is that, hey, this champion's going to go first. Like once they get their turns, this champion will go first. This one will go second. This one should go third, and this one should go fourth. So when I'm looking at these, I'm going to think, okay, if I attack this champion who's supposed to be going first, can I kill him before he actually gets his turn? If not, I may look at a champion who's going to go fourth, and then hopefully I get an extra turn in between their turns. If my speed on my champion is high enough, I'll actually be able to attack. Kale actually may go twice here, and I'll show you guys. So I'm going to attack this person. He is going to go first, so I do want to go ahead and kill him. Now Kale may actually get another turn. So you see Kale's speed is high enough that he actually lapped these people. So now this person is going fourth. Well, it's still going fourth. But if I would have hit him, I would have had 2 more hits from Kale onto this guy and may have been able to kill him. So where that's actually useful is that if this person that we did end up killing, if he had significantly more HP, like if he had a full HP bar, I'm going to know in my head that, hey, I'm not going to be able to kill this champion with these 2 hits or possibly even 3 hits. So instead of focusing on him, why don't we just go ahead and focus on the guy who's going to go last? So then most likely I should be able to kill him before he gets his turn. Now on this guy, it probably would have been just 2 hits because he may have actually went in between Kale. I'm not for sure exactly. But obviously, we're going to use the AoE ability here. If you have an area of effect damage, something like Acid Rain available, go ahead and do that. Now here, we're in a similar situation. Sometimes these turn meter bars are a little difficult to tell who's going to go first, second, and third, and so on and so forth, because they're very, very close. Looks like this guy's going to go first, maybe him second. One of these 2 are going to go first, and then these ones are going to be last. So maybe we'd be like, hey, this guy looks like he has the lowest turn meter bar. Let's go ahead and hit him. Hopefully we can get War Priest to get a hit. We can cut in. No, it looks like they're all faster than War Priest. That's the reason why it's so important to have your champions faster, because War Priest doesn't have any speed boots on her. She doesn't really have any speed at all. So let's compare their speeds. Kale is at 158, and he's had 2 turns to their 1 sometimes, and War Priest is at 95. So if you have more speed, especially from your boots, you can have the main stat of speed on boots. That's the only piece of gear you can have the main stat be speed. You 9 times out of 10 want that. I don't have that on War Priest just yet because we haven't started farming for much gear at all, but I will be going through here and having to work on these challenges, and I will be getting some 4-star, hopefully, boots that have speed, and we'll probably equip them to War Priest. So another tip is, well, I said save big hits for new rounds, watch enemies' turn meters, don't underestimate the attack buff, upgrade, and equip more defensive sets if you're getting stuck, and all those things combined, guys, should help you get through the campaign. Another thing, especially on this chapter 12, is that if you're going through here and say you have War Priest and Kale and War Priest keeps dying, well, take War Priest out, or take one champion out, the champion who's a weaker affinity, and sometimes you may be able to clear these stages with just one champion. Chapter 12, the reason why I give it as an example is because this is a very common stage where people will go through and they actually get stuck trying to 3-star stage 7. They have both of these champions in there, War Priest dies, they end up only getting 1 star, but if you just take War Priest out, run Kale by himself, he's strong affinity, and the game is easy, and you'll get through it no problem. So hopefully those tips help, guys. Don't forget to check out the video. It's about to pop up in just a few seconds. It's part of the free-to-play series that I'm going through. Feel free to check that out, especially if you're a new player, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.